It's coming along. I can't wait to show Steve when he gets home. The idea behind me getting the fabric pots was that I'd be able to move them around the garden easier. And if they're ripping, I can't do that. Organic things tend to be way more expensive than non-organic. And even if you can't get the organic soil, like the stay green isn't organic, the vegetables you're growing in your garden are still better for you and taste better, and it's just all around a better experience than you would get at the grocery store. Why is it still 35 degrees outside in the morning? It's so cold. Hello, welcome. My name is Crystal. I'm walking to let the goats out this morning and get them some clean water. It's been rainy and dreary the past couple of days. Yesterday was kind of warm. I think it was like between 50, mid 50s maybe. Good morning, goats. Hello. Good morning. It's cold. Get you some grain. I think I'll leave your hay in the house though, because it's kind of windy. Yeah. Go get them some water also. So it's Saturday morning. The kids aren't even up yet, I don't think. They weren't up when I walked outside anyway. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I was really hoping for it to be warmer out. It's cloudy. I see some blue skies over there, so maybe it'll start to warm up. I really wanted to get to work in our garden. We have lots of things I'd like to do. I did something yesterday. I had some blue Adirondack potatoes that I had left over, and they started to get soft maybe closer to 3 months ago. I left them in my mesh produce bag and I put them in my basement, and I forgot about them, and they got real creepy looking. Yesterday I started them in the pots here. I just put them in halfway down, covered them up with the soil that was already in there. I still had more, so I put some in this fabric pot over here too. And worst case scenario, they roll rot and they were going to anyway. Or maybe I might get some potatoes from it, which would be really cool. So we'll see. Like I said, it is 35 degrees outside. It feels a little bit colder than that. And the thermometer says it is about 40 in this shelf greenhouse here. And we'll go over to the other greenhouse and see what that one says. This one says maybe closer to 50 degrees. It's cold outside, so I'm going to go back inside for the kids to wake up, and then maybe we will go do some errands, and hopefully I will get to do some work in the garden. Whew, it's starting to get warm out. So I went to Costco this morning and got gas. I got there, I guess early. It doesn't open until 9:30. So I sat in the parking lot for, I don't know, for a little bit. And then the kids and I went in and we purchased 10 bags. They were only $7 and $7.49, I think. It was a $1.50 discount. The max you could buy was 10 bags. So I bought the max and I got to save $15 on all of these bags. The cheapest I found organic raised bed mix was like $9.99. For $7.50, I was going to take advantage of the deal because I can use it to make potting soil with the peat moss that I have and perlite, you know, outdoor potting soil. I wouldn't use it inside. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm good for the summer. Like I have what I need. Here is what I got. It is raised bed and in-ground soil with compost. It's organic and it is made by Miracle Grow. So $7.49 a bag at Costco. So now I need to move these bags over to my stockpile over there. I need to use the wheelbarrow, but it's full of wood, so I gotta go empty that first. For comparative purposes, I have this bag of Stay Green flower and vegetable garden soil, 2 cubic feet. It's 56 liters or 51.42 dry quarts, okay? This is 50 quarts, so almost the same, and it's 55 liters, so again, almost the same. And these were about the same price, but this is organic. So I'm pretty happy with my choice here. For more comparison pricing, this is an organic raised bed mix, 42.5 liters. Again, this one is 55 liters. This cost me, and the sale price at Ace was $9.99 a bag. Again, you're getting more for $7.50. Depending on what I'm growing, I'm going to use probably different soil for things, but for the most part, I feel like that this was an excellent deal. I am not a 100% organic gardener. I find that if you are trying to be cost effective, that's very difficult to do, is to be 100% organic. Sometimes my soil's not organic. Sometimes my homemade compost isn't going to be 100% organic, because sometimes the produce I get at the grocery store isn't always organic, and that goes into the compost. And coffee grounds, sometimes the coffee isn't organic, and that goes into the compost. So it's not really possible to be 100% organic in my circumstance. It would be great if I was, but I'm not. And I don't use chemical pesticides, or I haven't up to this point, other than treating the poison ivy in our property. Other than that, that's the only time we've used chemical pesticides. In the garden, we usually use things like neem oil or diatomaceous earth or insecticidal soap and things like that. So we try and stay as organic and as natural as possible, but it's just not, I don't know, I find it very difficult. Organic things tend to be way more expensive than non-organic, and even if you can't get the organic soil, like the stay green isn't organic, the vegetables you're growing in your garden are still better for you and taste better, and it's just all around a better experience than you would get at the grocery store. Everybody's gonna have their own opinions. That's just mine. So I've been outside for a bit now and just doing random things. I'm trying to move these fabric pots, and I ended up ripping one, and I've already ripped a couple, but that was what I thought was because they were frozen, and I tried to like lift it up and it just like tore the handle. But these aren't frozen. I went to pick them up and it just straight ripped. So I don't know if I would buy these again. I got them on Amazon. They would have to be of much better quality than the ones that I got here, but they've worked out so far for what they are. I just don't know necessarily that I'm a huge fan of the fabric pots. Last year I actually dumped all the soil out of all of them and brought them in, so that might have promoted the longevity of some of these. But this year I just kind of left them outside. That may have something to do with the fact that the handles are ripping when I go to move the pots. The idea behind me getting the fabric pots was that I'd be able to move them around the garden easier. And if they're ripping, I can't do that very easily, can I? So I'm back over here now. I'm gonna move this stuff. It's getting kind of late in the day and Steve's on his way home. I'm going to finish this up and then go inside and start dinner. Yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow. Oh, good morning. It is Sunday now. I have an idea of what I want to do thanks to Steve. He had a wonderful idea. My original idea was to put the boards, like make a frame for the bottom of our greenhouse with them. Instead, Steve said to line the floor with it so that I have a nice wood floor, and the boards are so heavy, the weight of it will keep it down. So I think I'm going to do that today. So these are, I believe, 6 feet. I could be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe they're only 5 feet. Oh, if they're 5 feet, that's perfect because the greenhouse is 5 foot by 5 foot. This is our compost bin. We found it here on the property when we bought it. We honestly, at the time, we didn't know what it was because there was just plastic pieces all over the place. When I pieced it together, I thought that each one of these individual things were little garden beds. And then when I looked up what it was, I realized it was a compost bin. My goal today is just to get it out of the way and possibly get the actual compost at the bottom put into either a container or something. Next thing I'm going to do is take all of the garbage that's on top and move it over to the new location. I probably could have avoided this step if I had done this before. I didn't, and here we are. That actually wasn't that bad. I was just scraping off all the stuff on the top and putting it into the cart there, and now I'm going to go move that to the new location for the compost bin. I'll have to come in here and cut away all of these pricker bushes and stuff so it's easier to get into here. I think I'm gonna dump it and then put this just around it. just gonna scoop everything in there into here, and then we'll have it ready to go to add to the brand new tomato bed. All right, so we got those 2 filled and a 5-gallon bucket filled. Next, I am going to be adding this compost starter. For every pound, you add 3 cups, and you're supposed to mix it in really good. All I'm gonna do is just sprinkle some on the top and then mix it in with a shovel. Oh, well, I went ahead and I built it without the camera on. No, it's done. You got to miss out on seeing me struggle because I was doing it wrong. I was putting the pieces on upside down, but it's done now. So the original idea was to put the boards on top of the frame here to hold it down. But I think I'm actually going to use the boards to make it level and then set the house on top of it and then fasten the greenhouse to the boards. I'll try it the other way first because that way is actually easier. Okay, so the original idea was to put them on top in here, like that. But I'm wondering if I should put them underneath because the ground isn't completely level. I think I'm gonna put them underneath. Look at it, it fits pretty much perfectly on there. I'm so happy. It is slightly leaning down this way, but I'm totally fine with it. These are the boards, once again, that we got for free from those garden beds. But these are pressure treated boards and not necessarily something I want to use in my garden. They work out really well for this. I'm so excited. I can't wait to show Steve when he gets home. I went through all the work of zip tying it and then had to undo a couple because they weren't sitting right, and I figured out how to do it, and I went around and I trimmed them and everything. And then I found these. They're clips. It comes with clips. I'm going to leave the zip ties and add the clips. All right, next we're gonna add the plastic. So it comes with tie-down straps that we can put on the outside, but I don't really want to do that right now. I do need to figure out a way to buy maybe some of those little brackets that I can screw down into the wood underneath, and then for me that should be enough. It already feels warmer in here than it does outside. I don't know what the temperature is. It says it's 49 degrees outside, but it feels pretty cold out. I think I'll put the thermometer here. Does that look good? So I'll just use zip ties. Fancy. Oh man, I like it in here so much. I was just thinking that maybe I might move the green stock from here to over here. It's coming along. I can't wait to show Steve when he gets home. So I think that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a good weekend. It's to start raining at any moment. So I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.